Hi guys, this is a video to tell you or show you, demonstrate for you the changes I put in over the past couple of weeks due to the suggestions you made, the wonderful suggestions you had. They're all very good and I like them a lot, and I've implemented them, and I'm going to show you how I decided to do that. Now, I'm logged in as myself, and my role is the same as you guys. I'm a trainer / administrator, so I get the administrator button plus the same menu that the trainer gets. But the first thing I want to show you is to go to administrator, or is that right? Oh no, I'm sorry, go to the Arthur's account, and one thing you can um, look at is scheduled lessons. Now I got the cursor modified with a little circle around it. It seems like I did that last time too, but I didn't notice it on the video I sent you. So I can see it now. Hopefully it'll be on the finished video that ends up on YouTube. Anyway, this is the trainer menu for me, and I'm going to select scheduled lessons. And it comes up with a display whereby depending on the month you pick, if you pick a different month, we're in September, defaulted to, so we go forward to October and there's nothing, so there's no lessons to display on the right. But if we go back to September, you see that it'll display all the lessons on the right. And I think you had this display before, however, I've modified it quite a bit. It's actually quite powerful now, I think, and it satisfies a lot of the needs that you identified. Of course, it does the same thing as it did before, in that it displays the lessons that are upcoming, identifies the date and time, the trainer that's to do the lesson, the student name, the horse if there's been one assigned, and that's all that it was there before, I think. Of course, it displays the date up there, the date range that the lessons listing is for. But I've added quite a few other things. Let me show you those kind of one at a time. And taken together, it's really a lot more powerful than any one of them individually, because they work in unison. You can click on there's a row of buttons up here. Each one does a different thing. I'll explain what they do. My lessons, it narrows the view of the lesson list to just your lessons. So I'm logged in as Arthur, so it displays Trainer Arthur's lessons. And another one says all lessons here. There's next button over. If you want to go back to the full view, click all lessons, and it goes back to the full view again. Next button over is a search window whereby you can key in a phrase and it'll search for that phrase anywhere in the list. So it can be a student name, it can be a horse name, it can be a trainer name, any of the three. I think those are the only three, maybe date, I'm not sure. Anyway, if we type in Jim and hit return, it'll filter down to just the two lessons that are there for Jim. If we clear it out and hit enter, it'll give us the whole list back again. Now, one thing is to note, if I just type JI and hit return, it's really nothing because it can't find one with the phrase JI by itself. So it has to be a complete phrase that it finds. And here it finds JIM space, which is a complete phrase in the database. Now there is a different kind of sort we could do, in that I could say, if I type in JI, give me all of the students with JI somewhere in their name. That's what they call an active search. So as soon as you type the JI, it would display them immediately, and as you keep typing, it'll narrow the display. So, but you can only limit the search to one field that way. So that's why I decided to go with the phrase search. So anyway, either one, we can do either one, whatever you guys prefer, but typing in Jim, it gives us everybody, trainer, student, or horse, with that string in the name. So that's how that works. And you can also sort. Let me get rid of Jim here. Clear it and hit enter, and they all come back. You can sort either by student name, trainer name, a horse name, or date. So let's sort by horse name, see what we get. When you select a sort, you have to click the submit button in order to get it to actually do the sort. So it did it now, and it's in order by horse name. All right. One thing I want to demonstrate, though, is that you can sort and search at the same time. So let's pick, I don't know, Eden, I guess, E-D-E-N, and hit return, and it will show everything, all the records with Eden in it, sorted by horse name. Of course, they're all the same horse, but you have to trust me that it worked. So the search and the sort can be used in conjunction. If you enter a phrase and select the field to sort on and hit submit, it'll apply both at the same time. Okay. Now, we'll just get rid of that. Now, some other things I want to point out. You wanted to be able, well, I don't think this was in there before, but you can, I don't recall for sure if it was, but anyway, if the horse has not been assigned to a lesson, you can click this little drop down. It'll show a pop-up menu of all the horses' names that are available for lessons. So if we change it to legacy, it would just change it to on the fly, real time like that. You can delete. I think the delete was there before. You can also add a note. This pencil is an icon where you can click on the icon. It'll bring up a little window whereby you can enter any kind of note you want and click save, and that will be there. Also, there's a couple other things you can do. One is you can make the lesson a recurring one. This one is already a recurring one. If you check that little checkbox, it will make this lesson a recurring one, which is another thing you guys requested, and that when the lesson is completed, when this lesson is completed, it will automatically schedule another lesson for 7 days later, same time. So you click save, and it'll add the note and redisplay that. Now, just to show you that the note is there, we've got this little note icon here. If you click this note icon, it will expand the view to display all the notes that are attached to any of the lessons. And these are trainer notes. They got T : means it's a trainer note. This is the one we just added. This is a note. There's some other notes here, just test data, kind of garbage data actually. But anyway, that's how it works. You click the note icon again and they go away. So if there's a big long list of lessons, you can kind of massage them and manage them and sort them however you want, filter them down to what you're looking for, just yours or whatever, and quickly see them. But if you want to also see the notes, you click the little note icon and they appear, and you can see what the notes are. Or you can click the pencil and add a note to any particular one. Okay. All right. Another thing you guys wanted is to be able to add a lesson on your own. So the little plus icon is for that. So we click the plus icon and it opens a window, enables us to add a lesson. So we can pick a date, let's say September 14th, and a time, 2 o'clock. Pick a trainer, say Arthur, student. This is the 4 students we got in there so far. Let's just make it happy student. And we can even assign a horse at this time or assign it later. So let's pick a horse, make it Paris. And we can enter a note at this time. Whatever note we want to say, we can enter that. And we can make it a recurring lesson if we want. We can check this checkbox. If we do that and click save, then it'll be a recurring lesson. If we don't, then it won't. It'll just be marked as history when it is completed. So we type save. This is September 14th at 2 o'clock. So we got one added now, September 14th at 2 o'clock, wherever it is. Here it is, September 14th, 2 o'clock, by Arthur with Happy Student in Paris. Okay. Okay, now that is, oh, one more thing I want to show you, and that is the completion. This little check box by each lesson here is an indicator whether or not the lesson has been completed. So when the trainer teaches a lesson, maybe at the end of the day, he pulls up this screen and puts a little check mark by each one that's been completed. Okay? And once it's completed, this marks as history. If it's checked as completed and it's a recurring one, yeah, this is a busy little screen. There's a lot to tell you here. I hope I haven't made it too complex, but the brown color of the student background on the student name indicates that a recurring lesson. So these 3 lessons that's been scheduled for Eden are all recurring. She likes to take lessons, so there's 3 a week, I guess it looks like. So then if we check one that's been completed, it'll automatically reschedule another one for 7 days later, same time. Now, okay, so that is all of the little buttons available in this screen. And let me just review them once again to make sure it's comprehensive enough explanation. You can click My Lesson button to filter it down to just your lessons, or click All Lessons to view them all. You can enter a search phrase and or a field name and click on the Submit button, and it'll sort and filter down by the search field and filter by that key also. So you can change the horse name on any given lesson or assign a horse name if there's not one there. Any student name that comes up highlighted in dark brown means it's a recurring lesson, and you can mark lessons complete. That's how the recurring lessons get rescheduled, is if a given lesson is marked complete and it is recurring, then it'll automatically create another lesson for you. It does not assign the horse, I don't think. Well, it can or not, depending on however you want it to work, but I think the way I set it up is it doesn't assign a horse. You can use the pencil icon to add notes and also to make a lesson recurring. And you can use the plus icon to add lessons and add notes at the same time, in addition to making them recurring on the add screen also. So that is that screen. Let me see now. I made a notes here of, oh, the slots are extended. I'll show you that. Schedule people if they color text. That's adding lessons. We've done that. See all lessons scheduled. You can do that, and you can filter it down, all that kind of stuff. Add a note feature. All these so far are on this same screen. All the features have been added as a little added attractions for the screen. Recurring feature, yep, you can do that. And turn off availability at certain dates. So the only 2 that is not satisfied by this particular screen is the slots extended to 7 p.m. and turn off availability for only for certain dates. Now, so let me show you something. If you click on Administrator again, one of the menu items that come up is trainer availability. And I put that at administrator level because I figured that eventually you guys will probably have trainers that aren't also administrators, aren't also partners in the organization. So you wouldn't want them to be able to set their own availability, I don't think. Normally it doesn't work that way, but you guys might. But anyway, I can put it wherever you like it, but it's here now. Under administrator screen, we got trainer availability. Select that, and it comes up with a screen whereby, no, that's not what I'm after. What am I after here? Trainer time off, that's what it is, I'm sorry. That's what I'm calling it, that option you guys wanted for for, I closed it and I didn't mean to, for turn off availability for only certain dates, like if you have a show or something. I'm calling it trainer time off, even though if you have a show, it's certainly not trainer time off, but just trainer time off from giving lessons. So we select trainer time off, and that will bring up a little screen. I got to click it again. Yeah.